Okay, the whole point of this conversation at this time of year is because we eat lots of food and consume lots of alcohol if you're a drinker. If not, you usually tend to drink a lot of fluffy drinks that are calorie-ridden. On just our meal today, gives you a little bit of ideas how many calories you're going to consume this one meal. And nobody's overdone any portion sizes. I was kind of watching, okay? 6 ounces of turkey, or 6 ounces of rib roast, ham, that sort of stuff. You can average about 300 calories just for your meat, which is your protein, okay? Today's green beans are fairly low in fat, so we're only looking at about 50 calories total. But most people eat like a green bean casserole for dinner, okay? We're looking at 280, 300 calories for one serving of green bean casserole. Then your mashed potatoes, that's about another 250, 300 calories, depending on whether you put cheese in it or not. Okay, and then you have your stuffing, which is again another carbohydrate that's probably 250 to 300 calories per serving. So you're looking at about a 1,200 calorie plate just for the dinner. Okay, that's an average. That's what most of us consume a day. Okay, then you're going to add some sort of sweet for dessert. Almost everybody eats a piece of pumpkin pie, pecan pie, your traditional stuff. So you can look at another 300 to 400 calories to that, depending on whether you use whipped cream or go a la mode, whatever, on that one. So then we're up there 1,500 calories now, ladies, and then you're going to add a little toddy to that. And 1 ounce of a wine averages about 25 calories. Okay, so 4 ounces is 100 calories. Now, who here that drinks wine is going to have a 400 or a 4 ounce glass of wine? Okay, I know of nobody. Okay, so and then you have your beer. You have your light beers. Your light beers are almost 100 calories, just about that. Regular beers, 210 calories. So one eggnog, okay, without the alcohol is 500 calories for an 8 ounce glass. Okay, so realistically, if you're going to have a couple toddies, a dessert, and a meal, okay, and then you're going to have that a couple times during the day, okay, that's really realistic because you're going to go back, you usually have it midday, and then in the evening you're going to have leftovers. So you're looking at really realistically 4,000 to 4,500 calories you're going to consume in one day, okay, and then you're going to have 2 or 3 days of leftovers from there. So we're going to consume another average of 2,500, 3,000 calories for 2 to 3 days, okay. So when your average woman, our age, around 40s to 60-year-old, we need to consume between 1,200 and 1,500 calories, and that keeps the calories off the hips and the booty, okay? So we're more than tripling our caloric intake in just one day, okay? So what can we do? So most of it is all about being active, okay? First and foremost, what you can do is right after you eat, and women are really good about this, men are horrible about this, to stave off that big, full, bloated belly, indigestion, that sort of stuff, don't sit down for at least 20 minutes after you've eaten. So when your meal is done, get up, and then that's the time to kind of do the dishes. Okay, instead of letting them just sit there and I'll get to them later, that's the time to get up and do that. So you're up puttering around, you're moving. In order to stand up, you got to kind of lock your abs down to keep your core up. Okay, so you're engaged. And then puttering around a little bit so you're not relaxing. Okay, and definitely not laying out and taking a nap. All right, getting around and just puttering around after dinner, nothing strenuous, okay, because your body's taking a lot of blood in your stomach cavity to digest all this food you've just taken in, okay. Whether you're staying within portion sizes or not, it's the types of food that you're eating that's creating this big load, okay, because you're going to eat a lot of carb-based foods during the holidays. Lots of sugar. Sugar's the enemy, okay. So you want to get up and just kind of putter around for that first 20, 30 minutes after dinner. Okay? Maybe you can encourage the guys to do the same thing, because that pregnant belly guys gets? It looks like they're pregnant. Okay, there's actually a word for that. It's called stomach distension. And it's created, and most guys suffer from this because they eat a big meal and then they go sit down. Okay, so what happens is everything relaxes, then your muscles build up over it and it gets hard, so it feels like if you thump it like a pumpkin. Okay, and mostly it's from doing that. Most women don't do that. When you stop and think, what is your habit after you eat dinner? You're generally cleaning the table. Okay, so we're up moving around. We're not huffing and puffing or anything. We're just up moving around, and then you go sit down. Okay, so that's a really good thing. So that's one thing. Okay. The next thing is about an hour after you eat, take your girlfriend, take your mom, take somebody, and just go for a walk. Okay, it's usually quite pleasant on Thanksgiving Day. Unless it's raining, down here we usually have great weather for Thanksgiving Day. So get up and go for a walk. We're not talking huffing and puffing and taking a jog around there. We're just talking come slightly outside your comfort zone. Okay, you want to go for a minimum of 20 minutes. Okay, if you can make it the 45 to 60 minutes, you're going to burn about 500 to 600 calories. Okay, that's your eggnog. All right, so that's a little something there. Okay, the next day do the same thing. When you get up in the morning, okay, best thing case scenario is when you get up in the morning, you kind of get around a little bit, eat a light breakfast, and then go for that walk again. Okay, or that bicycle ride, or if you got younger kids, slap on some rollerblades and off you go. Okay, so it's about at least 20 minutes. 20 minutes, rule of thumb in my industry, is heart healthy. Okay. So if you're huffing and puffing for 20 minutes, you're burning a lot more calories than if you're taking a slow stroll. Okay? So somebody with a thyroid problem and you're trying to deal with all of this kind of stuff, so you want to break it down where you're doing 20 minutes of getting up and going 2-3 times that day. That way at least you have an artificial enhancement to that metabolism along with that armor you're taking. Okay? That will help tremendously. So the best case scenario is just be active. Straight after dinner, wait an hour or so till your food is digested a bit, and then go for a nice walk that is slightly out of your comfort zone for 45 to 60 minutes, a minimum of 20 minutes. So most people can find the time to do that, and you can still converse and have a nice time and chit-chat with your family.